Oh, hello there. I see you decided to join me in my favorite vacation home. This is where I like to spend my Octobers relaxing. How did I get such a creepy property? Well, the answer to that is United States government auction sites are f***ing awesome. Ah, so relaxing. All I had to bid was a promise that I would clean out the spiders, and they mailed me the keys. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I think I'll regale you with a ghost story from my past. Aha! Delightful. Ghosts. The notion that after death you just sit around and watch alive people do things for the rest of eternity. I'll subvert expectations here and say that I don't believe in ghosts. No, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in them. Do not exist. Wait, I thought jellyfish are ghosts. Yes, okay, I just said it was a ghost story. But so do most ghost hunters when they tell work stories, and they never find shit. When I was 19 or something, I was a total link. The moment anyone came calling with adventure, I would just roll out of my bed and stumble along without too many complaints. One day, my father's next-door neighbor friend's wife asks that I, Mr. 6'4", join her for a journey into some abandoned small town in the dead of night, miles away from any known civilization. Here's how that moment played out. Good morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm a bit out.
Hello, Pippy. I would like you to follow me and a bunch of people who we have never met before into the woods tonight. There is an abandoned colonial town about 30 minutes from here. We have to travel a while down a dirt road, but I have seen pictures.
And what is it you're hoping to find exactly?
Ghosts.
How do you know these people?
They are an official branch of TAPS.
Okay, I'm too tired to argue you out of this decision. The simpler solution is to just follow you into the woods and make sure you don't die.
I will pick you up tonight. Home, Slice.
My father's neighbor's wife shows up, and we head out to meet with these so-called professional ghost hunters. Now, the terminal slacker that I am hadn't really put much preparation into a dark journey through the woods with a bunch of total strangers. This left myself armed with only a Swiss Army knife I grabbed on my way out the door. I was going to die.
So, let me introduce you to the crew. I call them the crew, by the way.
I think we were about halfway to our destination when it started to sink in. That nervousness you feel when you are approaching a first experience with a group of people that you've never met before. The dueling anxieties of making a first impression and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Suddenly you find yourself wondering, oh crap, did I put deodorant on? You want to test yourself. You want to give your arm a quick sniff, but the other person is right there. What if they glance over and see? Then it wouldn't matter if you put on deodorant or not, because now all that matters is your doubt in your own hygiene.
I can see them up ahead.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You must be pretty excited.
So very excited. I'll meet you out there. Hello, it is so nice to meet you. Bring it on in, I'm a hugger. Well, I recently discovered that I am also a hugger. Come here, you. The first awkward hellos were exchanged, and the introductions were made. First up, we have big, burly, yet softly spoken biker guy. He was the manager of the group. I barely ever heard his voice, but I always saw him moving people around like he was landing a plane. He was the one that always had the heading or the next phase of the hunt in mind. Then we have spiritual guidance lady, dressed to impress with colorful hippie garbs. She seemed to keep everyone's moods up. I was secretly hoping she would be the first to crack in an intense situation. Psychic person. I have absolutely no memory of them being a boy or a girl. Come to think of it, I can't even recall their specific purpose in the group. Did they steal the memory out of my head? I guess upon hearing that they identified as a psychic, their role in the group just became intrinsically clear. There are a lot of jobs where if a psychic was involved, you would have immediate questions about that job. Like coal mining. What kind of stuff is in that coal mine that warrants a psychic? Ghost hunting, though? I'd be unsettled if the group didn't include a psychic. You think Gary from The Office is going to be any help if a ghoul hops out of a dark corner? Gary can't even alphabetize the files properly. I have no solid evidence that psychic person could alphabetize files properly either. But if you claim to read people's thoughts, I assume you can read the alphabet. Ooh, could you alphabetize my thoughts? That would be super convenient. No, I'm just kidding. I don't agree that psychic powers exist. Then there was a 3-person camera crew. I remember their equipment, and nothing else about them. Lastly, there was her and I. All I remember about her is that she's an aspiring actor and the wife of a military man. This was likely just one of her hobbies, which made me the unpaid bodyguard of a hobbyist wandering into the dark woods. Let's go, I guess. This extremely rare plant only blooms under the conditions of intense spiritual activity. You caught me there. That was a surprise. Your aura is very strange. It was at this point in the adventure that our hero started to get a little frustrated. After a shorter walk through the woods than I expected, we had reached our destination. The town itself honestly looked like something you would expect from some half-baked kids park funded by a candy bar sale. Half the buildings felt like I could just walk around them and there would just be wood beams holding up a cardboard cutout. At this point, most of my anxiety was generated by wondering if my knife would be bigger than that of the very alive and very feral townsfolk that most likely still lived here. The rest of the group must have gotten the same vibes because we did not hang around there for long. No one went inside any of the buildings. For all I know, they had a permit to come here, but that permit told them not to enter the buildings. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. After the ghost town gave everyone the creeps, we decided to move along through even more dark woods to the next destination. The woods themselves would have been a very scary walk at the time of night it was, if there had been less people and less lights around. Nothing of note happened in the town, but the graveyard was where the spiritual lady and psychic started to get readings. The biker guys started to corral the hunters into investigative blocks that he could manage. But the 2 more spiritual members of the team were having none of that. I sense a presence here. Very old. A family. Not yet at rest. Waiting. Oh my goddess, they must have been met with untimely deaths. That's why their auras practically illuminating the fields. Yes. Very old. They have not moved on. Who are you waiting for? Please, we want to help you. We want to help the children. The war. Daddy has left for war. They are stuck. He is lost in battle.
I am so scared right now.
That was literally the plot for the others. I felt a lot like I was in a group of people who all agreed to do a certain drug, but I chickened out and only pretended to take mine. Now I'm stuck out here in the wilderness with a bunch of people who are acting strangely, and I have to indulge them, because I hate causing conflict, and also I forgot where we parked the cars. At some point, someone said,
"Okay, crew, this was a successful night of hunting. Let's go back to HQ and review the footage."
Which felt to me like spotting land after months adrift at sea. I can't even recall who said those words. It's possible a ghost said it just to get us the fuck out of there so that they could sleep. Someone smart once said that part of living life is figuring out the things that you don't want to do. In that regard, I'm thankful for my experience. Now I don't have to sit in front of a TV and think to myself, I'd be such a good ghost hunter, because I went out and did it, and I didn't much care for it. However, I met the type of people who absolutely do care for it. Wacky, eccentric, easy targets, all of them were certainly that. They also had a solid sense of community, a real find your true home story that I can't help but admire. Also, even though we never truly faced any danger, credit where credit is due on taking a group of adults into the woods with minimal equipment in the dead of night and leaving with everyone accounted for. You guys are all right in my book. I apologize that this video turned out more goofy than scary. Kind of a final testament to how the night in question turned out. I guess if you came here looking for a scare... There you go, that ought to get you through the night. Happy Halloween, everybody. Stay safe out there.